What if the strongest sorcerer showed up in ancient Egypt? One minute he's just standing in the desert. Next, everyone thinks he's a god. White hair, blindfold, glowing eyes. They start calling him the Eye of Ra. But the Pharaoh isn't impressed, so he sends his entire army and priests after him. And Gojo, he doesn't even move. One hollow purple later, the whole army is gone. Bro really said, didn't even have to use infinity. At that point, Egypt fully commits. They build temples, carve his powers into walls, start worshipping him. And somehow Socrates shows up, asking things like, if curse is your power, then what are you without it? While Gojo's out here charging people to split the Nile like it's a side hustle. But after 3 days, even being a god gets boring. And deep inside a pyramid, something else is waking up. Sukuna's fingers have been found. 3 days after becoming a literal god in Egypt, Gojo was already bored. Temples, gold, worship, it all felt mid. Deep inside a pyramid, something ancient started to react. The moment those fingers were uncovered, the air changed. Priests began collapsing, shadows stretching unnaturally across the walls. And for the first time, Gojo actually stopped smiling. Now this might be interesting. Suddenly a dark presence filled the chamber, Sukuna's cursed energy leaking into the world. The same priests who worshipped Gojo started bowing to something else, something far worse. Even Socrates stepped back like, yeah, I'm not questioning that. Then a voice echoed, calm, cold, and terrifying. So you're the strongest of this era? Gojo smirked. Nah, I'm just passing through. The moment Sukuna fully emerged, the atmosphere changed. In an instant, they moved. One clash, and the entire pyramid cracked. Sukuna attacked relentlessly, slashes tearing through space itself. But nothing could reach Gojo. Infinity stopped everything. Calm. Effortless. Then Gojo raised his hand, and the air itself began to collapse, blue pulling everything inward. But Sukuna just walked through it, smiling. That's when Gojo realized this wasn't going to be easy. The pressure between them grew heavier. At the peak of their clash, Gojo noticed something wasn't right. The energy, it wasn't just cursed, it was human. For a split second, Sukuna's form flickered, and beneath it was the Pharaoh. That's when it hit. He wasn't fighting Sukuna. He was fighting the vessel. Gojo exhaled. So that's how it is. In one precise move, he released a controlled hollow purple, not to destroy, but to separate. The attack landed. The Pharaoh collapsed, then slowly opened his eyes. Free. As the sun rose over the desert, peace returned. And without a word, Gojo walked away.